Welcome back to
#1 podcast in Austria.
I am Mitch, and here's the Moose. This is the Mitch and Moose podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome. It is definitely a welcome back. It has been quite some time since the last episode. We're not dead. We're definitely not dead. I'm not dead. Hold on.
He's here.
Heart rate on my watch.
My watch is dead.
Still?
No, I charged it since the last time I seen you and told you that it was dead. But I feel like it's always dead.
Yeah.
It's just like an always dead kind of watch.
Do you know what's so funny? I remember like coming from an Apple Watch to a Garmin watch. I was charging my Apple Watch every day, and I come to a Garmin watch, and I'm like, oh man, I can charge my watch every 3 days, and then now I'm just like, fuck, man, this thing doesn't stay on long enough, eh?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I was thinking about getting an Apple Watch. I haven't done so yet. Still got the Garmin, but I am hearing lots of reviews that like you have to charge your Apple Watch like every day.
Yeah.
So like sleep tracking and stuff like that, which I don't really do that much. But when I want to, it's good to know that it's there.
Yeah, I enjoy the sleep tracking app. To be fair, it's probably one of the first things I do when I wake up in the morning. And I know like the whole like mantra of like making sure you don't do anything to fuck up with your like influence your brain in that first like hour of like being awake. But one of the first things I do like to know is whether or not the quality of my sleep, because like I feel like it either like, I'm not gonna say like make or breaks my day, but it's like if I'm trying to go to the gym and I've had a solid like, you know, it tells you how much deep sleep and everything else you've had, you're like, oh, okay, cool, I should be good to go hard today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What if you like woke up, maybe did like I don't know, kind of like self-assess. Sorry for the door slamming. We're at a new studio now. Studio de Oran Park.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was maybe try like wake up, give yourself half an hour so you don't check it straight away, because I'm sure within half an hour.
I'm at the gym by I'm literally up, pre-workout, put clothes on before we get pre-workout actually. And then actually, what do you put on first when you wake up?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Well, I want to get back to my fucking
sorry.
statement, then I'll answer your
You
question.
got my bottle of water actually.
100%.
Thank you. While we're at it, thanks. Anyway, you're back. You may as well just continue on with what you were saying.
What I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by an unorganized Mitchell
Yeah, my bad.
was that when you wake up, do all that shit, and then when you get to the gym, have a look at your phone, have a look at your watch or whatever, and be like, okay, I thought that maybe my sleep wasn't that good, and now I've like kind of like self-assessed myself before I check myself.
So you're telling me that I should check?
I'm saying self-assess yourself before you check yourself.
So self-assess myself before I check myself, before I wreck myself?
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair, dude. That's probably something that I should...
And that's an original quote.
Yeah, definitely.
You can definitely take that one to the bank.
Yeah.
Thanks, Moose, for the originality.
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, there's this one feature on the Garmin watch that I'm not sure Apple has, but like when you're in the gym, you hit like strength, and like it counts like your sets and your reps for you, which I think is just like super beneficial, especially because like, you know, if you train first thing in the morning before you go to work, like you're in there and you need to like rip and tear. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
I'm like, all right, I have 10 minutes to stretch, and then I have, you know, 2 minutes to get down and start my next, like my first strength exercise. And then it's like, I'm only having like 30 to 45 second breaks between reps. And like when I had the Apple Watch, it didn't do that. But who knows? There probably is an Apple equivalent.
I mean, it just sounds like lack of
education,
lack
knowledge.
of education, lack of investigation.
Definitely.
Lack of investigation.
Yeah.
But normally when I wake up in the morning, it depends on what I did the night before. Sometimes I'm still wearing undies, sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
So if I'm not wearing undies, generally, undies first. But if you're a socks on before undies guy, I mean, I don't know who the fuck would do that. Someone who's a bit crazy. But
I think it also depends on like your living circumstances and where your clothes are situated. So for me, for instance, right? So I'm like an undies operator of the bed. And then so the bed that Steph and I have, there's like drawers under the bed, and so my drawer that's closest to my head, that's my shirt, it's like my daggy shirt / gym shirt like drawer.
Yep.
For that very reason. So it's like a wake up, shit, yep, grab that shirt, then chuck that on. And then as I'm like putting the shirt on, walking past my short drawer, grab shorts, don't put them on straight away. Then I get it.
I do remember you to be more of a shirt on,
Mm,
pants off kind of operator.
mm.
From snow trips and that, I see you walking around with a shirt on but no pants.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's that. I think it probably has to do with that operation of like what I do every morning.
Even though we come home from the snow and you'd be like pants off, still wearing a shirt, and you'd just be hanging out, just with no pants on. That was definitely
that was my thing for ages as I was a young kid too. Like even remember when I was first 18 and I was like, it was like pants off Fridays, man. Just gonna get lit and to make sure I end up somewhere with my pants on. Like I remember it was
pants
like
off or pants on.
Pants off. It was like a full blown thing. Like it was like yeah. But hey, it's I am literally the biggest like creature of habit.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's probably just embedded in me, and then that's like my process of operation.
I'm such the opposite. Hey, like
I know.
I need the variety. I need the different like routines are good, and sometimes when I can stick to a routine, I do see the benefit of them. But I feel like my life runs better when I'm doing everything I need to be doing, but not to like some sort of set routine.
Not to compare. Obviously, you know us to Hamish and Andy, but I do remember a segment on Hamish and Andy that was called Fast and Loose.
Yep.
And Hamish was very much a fast and loose operator, and Andy was the complete opposite. And I feel like you're very much the fast and loose operator, and I am the more like, no, I would like it to be this and this to make sure that it's just like the little things, you know.
I like winging it. It's the hardest thing, like having an apprentice as well. Sometimes I wake up in the morning like, I don't feel like going to work yet, but I have a duty of care to pick up my apprentice.
Yeah.
At the time I told him the night before.
I
don't want to fuck him around and be like, hey, bro, I know I said I pick you up at 6:20, but I'm actually going to pick you up at 10.
Yeah. Hey man, I just want to start like fucking 12 today, dude.
All right.
Any chance your mum can make us some lunch?
He actually wants me to fix some stuff that's in his house that's broken, so I might be doing that.
What's broken, do you know?
That fucking shit builders that built the house. Apparently, all the architraves and the skirting are all cracked and falling off and shit.
Right. So is that something that comes off like on as like the carpenter, or is that just like cheap product? Or...
I feel like it's just shit. I'm looking for here. Shit quality control.
Right. Okay.
The quality just wasn't controlled in that situation.
That's fair enough, man. And you know you need to be making sure that you're taking full control of quality.
Mate, if you're not taking control of quality, what are you taking control of?
Nothing, dude.
No, nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
You may as well go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Well, you know, obviously we have been away. We stopped for maybe not like heaps of reasons.
Okay, well, I feel like the first reason we stopped was we were rolling into Christmas.
Yeah. And
as much as we wanted to continue, recording through Chrissy and all that sort of stuff, it just kind of became a little bit unachievable, only because we just got both so busy, and you ended up going away.
Yeah,
for New Year's.
Yeah, so I think I left on like the 27th of December, and then I didn't return home until the 28th
of January.
Yeah, I had an extended travel period. It was meant to be 2 weeks away, and then obviously as COVID rampaged through, I guess the city of every city, it wasn't like in every. Besides WA, which
it definitely wasn't localized,
but it's going to happen to WA eventually. And when it does, oh my god, it's going to be fantastic. And I don't mean to be like that's it. It seems like such a bad thing to say. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to get COVID. But like, it's like, dude, like the rest of the world is like, the rest of Australia has gone. Okay, we're going to go for like the herd mentality. Like, all right, everyone's got it. We're sweet. WA is like, nah, man, building a wall. Fuck the rest of you guys.
What I want to know is if. Like, WA has Omicron, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get Omicron if nobody can fucking get over there?
Nah, there's still people that can get in there. You have to have, like, crazy reasons.
And then the people that they let in had COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I mean, they're so fucked. Like, what's the point? You tried to do something, you couldn't do it, give up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the people in Perth are like, oh, fucking Mark McGowan, suck his dick, but... I'm not familiar with anyone who has
I can tell you firsthand that some of the Sixers guys who are from WA, not a fan of him.
Oh, for sure.
Well, especially because
did they leave WA to come here and play?
Yeah, well they've been out of WA for ages, and now he just had one of the guys I was closest with. I think he had to do he ended up actually catching COVID while we're in Sydney, which is an even crazy story because the day that he tested positive, I was having breakfast with him outside.
Yeah.
I legitimately would have been closer to him. Been I don't know. It's so weird that I didn't get it while I was in that that team bubble. Ended up anyway.
Have you had it yet?
No.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Not now. I feel like maybe when I got off the boat cruise and the beginning of 2020.
Because you were on the original COVID cruise.
I was on the OG COVID cruise, yeah.
And they're just don't worry about it, come back in.
Well, we were the last boat to come back into Sydney that didn't have to quarantine offshore for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That would have been the most terrible thing. Those rooms were fucking small as fuck as it was. Imagine having to stay in there for 2 weeks. You can't leave. You're on a cruise ship with all these great things and you literally cannot leave that room.
That would have been pretty brutal. But to be fair, I pretty much did quarantine for a month straight.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we were allowed to do some, basic things and
you were allowed to go for walks and
I was allowed to go outside and do that type of shit, but just normal human things. But the craziest part was, and I'm don't get me wrong, this is by no means the Sixers' fault because it was hands down the best job I've ever had in my life. This was just the rules put on by Cricket Australia, which obviously were governed by the government. I don't fucking know. But I had never, I'm not one to think I've ever suffered from anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But I suffered from anxiety because every time I was out and about, it's if you're going about your normal way with COVID, whatever, you don't have you get COVID, I got COVID, I go home, I get sick. For me, it was I get COVID, I go give it to some of the team loses. It's
yeah,
fucking,
it's all your fault.
Yeah. Then that's why I was so glad I never caught it. But
I don't know how all those people in your team that did get it.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Even then, the guys who got it, no symptoms.
Yeah, right.
Not even a single symptom. They'd be oh, we just tested positive on a rat. Literally have no symptoms, and it's just
well,
sorry guys, 7 days.
Kelly and I both haven't had it, so potentially we could have had it and just not known.
Yeah.
Kayla's sister was heaps sick, and he was yeah, I'm I feel positive that I've got COVID. When he got a PCR test and it come back negative.
Yeah, right.
And that's didn't Kevin do a fucking rat test with tap water and it came back positive?
I don't know about that. I haven't spoke to him, so
I seen someone. I think it was his status.
Yeah, right.
That had happened.
So there was some dodgy.
Well, that's what
rats.
I mean. If the rat test is coming back positive off fucking tap water,
it's in the taps.
Well, are they feeding us COVID? Who knows?
Hey,
I mean, they're not doing that. All I'm saying
let's all put in our tinfoil hats.
All I'm saying is that if the potential for that one to fuck up through tap water, and come back positive, I mean, who actually fucking knows?
Yeah.
Also, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Because the Olympics are on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair, and there's a lot going on.
Oh, sorry, this is the Winter Olympics now.
Yeah, the Winter Olympics. In my mind, my favorite.
The superior Olympics.
I wouldn't say superior because
okay, they're definitely not superior. You're comparing,
dude, 100-meter sprint's pretty fucking rad. Yeah. But then again, snowboarding half pipe is pretty fucking rad. They're just different.
I mean,
what is the better Olympics?
I don't know, man. I think
because we both we both experienced the last Olympics during COVID, which timed perfectly.
I watched a lot of it,
dude.
And I was in the perfect time zone.
Dude,
as well.
I watched so much of it because we were on lockdown, which just would have been the ratings for 7 for that would have been phenomenal.
I watched a lot of the golf.
Yeah, I think everyone just watched everything. Oh man, I watched that. Yeah,
kayaking.
Yeah. I don't know. I think obviously the Summer Olympics, there's so many other sports. So it sort of makes it a lot more of an event.
I think if you compared the number of sports in the Summer Olympics, the number of sports in the Winter Olympics, the Summer Olympics would double it.
Oh, I think so.
Maybe triple.
Yeah. You'd be surprised though. There's so many events in the Winter Olympics that you probably don't know about.
Probably.
Yeah.
But the ones I do know about kind of feels like that's all of them.
Dude, what about that event? I don't even know what it's called, but it's I think it's called skeeting. No, that's when you shoot things. But the one there's the winter equivalent where they cross country ski and then they got to shoot targets and they got to cross country ski again.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't know what that's called. It sounds like the most
it's
intense.
It's like a I don't fucking know. But anyway.
Decathlon?
Nah, but it's something like that, but I have no idea. But anyway, in obviously the snowboarding world, which we both care about, pretty heavily because we enjoy that shit. There's been some
Some pretty wild stuff going on.
Dude, it is. Do you know what the worst part is? Is that this year's Olympics for snowboarding in general has given it the baddest look. But in the same token, is that because it's been treated so badly, it makes me excited because it's going to be so much better for the next Olympics when it comes around.
Well, I feel like when they were in 2018, everything was pretty sweet. We were watching it in Whistler, I think.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, at when I was at it was in Korea.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sochi.
Yeah, Sochi. Yeah.
I don't remember so many bad calls being made. I mean, I don't remember any bad calls being made, but
There was nothing to this level.
There shouldn't. I don't understand how 4 years later, like the amount of technology that would have improved from 4 years ago to now. Like, what's going on? How come they're missing fucking leg grabs and giving out 90-point runs for gold medals, and they're missing leg grabs? Like,
it's
for people who don't know.
Max
Perot in his run on his final hit of his second run.
Yeah,
second run final hit.
It wasn't the final hit. It was like the third hit. It was from the twin jumps.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, was it a cab 12?
Yeah, and he missed the grab to grab the board, but because it's such like a difficult trick because you're spinning. Like, you have to grab something so you can still do the rotations.
That's right.
So that's why he grabbed his leg, because if he didn't grab anything, he would have like absolutely got murdered.
Yep, and he would have lost his access and fucked himself up.
He would have been in big trouble.
Anyway,
so
he should have lost massive points for grabbing leg and not board.
Yeah.
And the commentators were even like, man, he's going to lose so much points for that. It's a shame because the run was really good. And it was a good run, taking nothing away from him.
Yeah.
But the judges must have missed it.
They did. They've come out and said they missed it, yeah.
And scored him a 90.75 or something, which put him into the lead with everybody having one run left to go.
Yeah, and then and the craziest part is like Mark McMorris landed like the most gnarly fucking run. And
bolts too.
Yeah, and didn't even get close to it, man. And then who was the person who came third? Was the Japanese guy? I don't know.
No, the Chinese guy.
Oh yeah, the Chinese guy, and he landed an 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still couldn't beat him.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
and it's not Max's fault. Nothing against him. Like, he's just out there riding.
He's just doing what he's doing, and he's like, man, he'd be like, he would have seen a 90 and been like, holy fuck,
I got away with murder,
mate.
Yeah.
Literally, buy yourself a lottery ticket. Well, he did. He won the goal. That is a lottery ticket.
Yeah, that's a lottery for him.
Yeah, and
it's a shame because like
I'm super. I haven't obviously seen any interviews from him post event, but I'm assuming, seeing as he's won gold, there'll be plenty of them coming when he returns home and stuff like that. And someone's gonna have to like ask him the question.
Surely he'll just post something on his Instagram himself addressing it.
Yeah,
I mean that would be the most common way somebody would address that problem in this day and age.
Yeah.
Directly from me.
Yeah.
No cuts. This is my post. I'm addressing it. And I feel like he has to. He has a duty to address the fact that he knows that what he did wasn't what happened wasn't his fault. That he didn't like ask for this to happen.
Yeah.
But he's in that situation. I don't think his run should have even been top 3.
If he had actually grabbed his board on that trick, it was definitely up there, because his top rail section, as much as like he's like a robotic snowboarder,
he was bolts in the rails, and he did look really good.
And his jumps were good. I think he went like 14, 12,
16.
Yeah. So it's the 3 jumps. Yeah. So it's I think that's what he did. So like pretty good light jumps. And then
I think you look at Mark McMorris, back-to-back 16s and probably a 14 as well.
I think it was 14 back-to-back 16s. And then there's obviously the kid from China who did, I think he did 14, 6. I think he did 2 14s and an 18.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I think the 18, that was the first time an 18 had ever been landed in a competition run. Like, how does that not win?
I think at the world titles in New Zealand last year, I can't remember who it was. Someone chucked an 18.
Yeah, Dusty Hendrickson. From America.
Well, there was before that as well. Then there was someone. No,
there's only 2 people have ever landed it. So it was that kid from China.
I swear Chris Corning did it as well.
Maybe that was in big air though, not in a slopestyle event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Chris
Corning did it.
Yeah,
he did it.
He did it in a big air.
It could have been.
Which is still to come. In obviously the Olympic Games, which has obviously caused a bit of like stir. I don't know if you've seen the course. Like it's pretty much like set up in like a power plant. Like it looks like Simpsons spec of like where Homer works, and there's just like a massive like just
What's
snow
wrong with
jump.
the fucking like the state of the art course that they had outside?
Do you know that course that they built up? So the big airs in Beijing. I don't know where that like all the other stuff was, but do you know that on those mountains, there's actually it doesn't snow there. All that
It's all
snow,
artificial.
it's all man made, all made for the like.
I don't
Why
know
do we
about
keep
that. I don't know about that because you
It
could
did see a little
in the
bit,
background
yeah.
that
But,
those
like-
trees and that. Why would you take the fucking Olympics, the Winter Olympics, to a place where it doesn't snow?
No, but like they don't get like proper like snow.
So would it be like Persia? No, Persia
does get snow.
Right.
I wonder if Australia's ever held
I
a
don't think
Winter
it's
Olympics.
big enough, man. You'd have to spread it out over like every single resort and have one thing at each resort and hope for a good season. You'd have to pray for a good season because if it's a bad season, you get no snow.
But the thing is, right, if they got the money for it, because there's so much money that gets pumped into the Olympics, right?
For
so,
sure.
Like, and Australia does have like a pretty decent like snowmaking.
Well, Persia does definitely have a great snowmaking.
Thredbo doesn't because they gets fall. No, Thredbo's fucked up last year, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think they could do it. I don't think they could handle it. I hope they could. It'd be mad to be able to go down there.
Yeah.
Weren't they? Oh no, that was the big air thing that Sean White was going to put on. Unlucky Sean White actually today.
Yeah, true.
We'll come to that in
True.
the half pipe. Men's half pipe finished 4th. Stacked it on his last run where he was trying to up his second run score to perhaps get a medal in his last event. He's retiring after today.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't think he would ever. I thought in that event he was only ever going to become third.
It was it was bittersweet. Like it was.
Steph and I cheered when he crashed.
It was
I'll be
sad.
straight
It
out.
was sad that he lost because it would have been great for him to finish on a high note. But
He
that
has
kind of
done
stuff-
so
He's
much.
done everything. He's got 3 gold medals
Oh, dude, he's
at
done
the
so
Olympics.
much,
He's got
bro.
every single medal in his
Yeah.
medal cabinet from
He literally
every
pioneered.
event.
Like he literally is pushed. Like the reason that Scotty and Aruma, I think his name is.
Aruma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his name. Yeah, the other Japanese kid. The reason why they are so good is because of him.
Yeah, the Swiss guy came 3rd.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, that Aruma guy,
Mm.
let's just say his name's Aruma.
Yeah.
Sorry if it's wrong and you're listening, Aruma.
Yeah, shout out him.
Shout out Aruma.
Yeah.
You could see the style from, how old is he, 19 or
20,
20?
21,
He's
I
young.
think maybe.
He's young. And then you see the style
I'm going
of
to pull up his name.
Sean White,
Yeah.
who is like 35. Like, I just seen Sean ride and he's so tall and his stance is so wide.
Yeah.
And the way he spins compared to the way this young kid spins, like it's a completely different time, completely different era. Like, I mean, great snowboarder, one of the best to ever do it. But you're just comparing like 2 different styles. Like, it was just funny to see how far, how different the maybe you don't play the
Yeah,
music.
well, sorry, yeah. Yeah,
how far the styles that came.
Ayumu? Yeah,
Give me a
Ayumu.
look.
Yeah, that's his name.
Nice.
I just think,
Ayumi Hirano.
yeah, I just think that like, yeah, it was obviously, like I've had like, I've hated Sean White for a couple reasons. One, when he brought in those super tight, skinny, fucking snowboarding pants,
Yeah.
was never a fan of that. Oh, look at you having a dig at me for like, make sure your phone's not on.
Definitely not on silent.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And then I was very upset when he scored 100. Like,
Perfect. No one can ever do that.
no, like it's impossible. It defeats the purpose of the like, and like even more to the point that his run wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Once again, obviously at the time I didn't have the mindset that I do now because like it's not Sean's fault that he got scored 100.
Definitely not.
But at when I was like, no, fuck that, especially because he beat Scotty, who had scored like a 97 with a fucking very solid run.
Yep.
Um,
What event was that at?
it would have been an X
X
Games,
Games.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a few
I think
years
it was
ago.
X Games, so I remember him losing it and
Yeah.
seeing the X Games stuff in the background.
Yeah,
I think the half pipe, nothing, you can never be perfect in anything. Like,
no,
I mean, you could see, like, I watched it with Wayne today,
yeah,
and you could see, like, where they were losing points or
Yeah.
where they were gaining points. Like, height
yeah.
is a massive
Bro,
thing. Like,
what about Valentino, the young kid?
yeah, the young Aussie.
Bro, 16.
Yep.
Dude, how huge is he?
Dude, one of the kids, fuck me, dude, my phone's gone off. One of the kids, not the guy who won, another Japanese kid, he went 6.1 meters above the top of the pipe today.
I'm pretty sure it's it's a super pipe, and I think that's like 22.
22 foot or something.
Yeah, it's massive, dude.
Huge, bro.
To air out like a
Val-
meter, to
Valentino
air out a
has
meter.
the world record.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
To air out a meter is scary. Like, have you ever
fucking
ridden? Have you ridden a pipe?
Yeah. That when they had it at Persia.
Yeah.
Like you drop in like halfway up, and then you come up, and you're like, it's so big, dude.
Bro, looking at this like sheet of rock.
It must be like 14, 15 feet high.
Oh man, it's so
And like
scary.
that's like what, like 12, 13 meters or
Yeah,
something. Like
dude.
it's massive. No,
So,
maybe not that big.
So I'm pretty
Probably like
sure
7 meters.
I'm pretty sure Valentino. I'm pretty sure my auntie taught him because he's from like Dalmini. That's where my auntie lives.
Okay.
And like he has like if you drive through Dalmini, and if you take like the scenic road, I think it is, you actually drive past where he has like his dry slope jump set up,
yeah.
and it's insane.
Yeah, right.
I was like, you're in this surf town, like a proper South Coast surf town,
yeah.
and then you'll just look at this, and there's like literally a ski jump.
Yeah, right.
It's so crazy.
When I was up Perry one year, I think I was riding with Woz. And I don't know, he must have known the guys that were with, but he was there, just like hiking up, just riding this rail.
Yeah.
At the time, I was just like, oh, I know who it is, but
Dude.
I didn't know he was like Olympic qualifier, stuff like that. Like especially at his age.
Dude, I met him when he was 4.
Right.
At Perisher. I was on the chairlift with him, and I remember he was in this fluoro orange jumpsuit, and me and Bo were snowboarding, and like this kid literally got to the top of the V8, maybe did 2 turns, and just straight.
12 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
I remember.
The only reason I remember who it was is because we got on to the chairlift with his parents, and we were like, your kid is insane. Like, oh, and they're like, yeah, Val like really likes riding fast and all this stuff. And then me and Bo, because I think this would have been maybe the first weekend that we had ever snowboarded. And there's this young kid in like this fluoro jumpsuit just absolutely murdering it. And we're like, fucking hell, man. Now look at him.
Goals, yeah.
And obviously he came 6th, which is still like so remarkable.
Yeah, compared to
his run was like his third run, like it was hard. Like, because he came in an interview at the end and said that third run that he goes, that's probably the best run I've ever done in my life. And I think if he rewatches it back, he probably wouldn't say that. But the fact that he put a 14 at the end of that and like landed with like what? Not even a meter left of pipe.
He was running out of pipe.
Yeah.
Because he just had no.
Yeah.
They actually, like the commentator said, this pipe needs to be an extra 20 meters longer.
Yeah.
Because he's running out of room.
Yeah.
I think that he done extremely, extremely well. And to throw the 14 at the bottom the way he did, to have enough speed, like props to him.
Yeah.
But that's where Scotty lost. That's where Scotty he comes second.
Yeah.
But that's where I feel like when he dropped, he should have even done the switch 14 triple. Switch 14? I think it was just the 14 triple cork. First or second hit, because by the time he got to the bottom, he had not enough speed.
No, well he goes. His first hit is switched. He switched the cab. Yeah.
Yeah, switch 12.
Yeah.
And then
which is like hands down like the most difficult thing to do on a snowboard.
Well, and that's why he gets marked so high for technicalities.
Yeah. Technically, like put it this way, that run that he did, Scott, would win in any other Olympics, but Aruma, whatever his name is, Ariyuma, whatever. Yeah, what did he land? A quad? Was it a quad or a triple? No, it was a triple. Yeah, it was triple.
14.
Yeah.
And then, but just so bolts.
Once again, a first time ever landed in a competition run.
Like he just like flips, lands, and then like he's just got his arms just by his side, just like so casual. He reminds me a lot of Yuto Horigami, another Japanese skateboarder.
Yeah.
But like just does like a ridiculous,
I love
ridiculous rail trick, and then just lands like with his arms just like by his side, just, like, and just kind of just like whatever.
I love the Japanese like when it comes to like snowboarding and skateboarding because they're just like, you know, if you think like, and I'm not trying to be like, I guess it is not racist, but like stereotypical. It's just like they're not sort of the areas that you expect those people to like really like thrive in. Like, especially when like the dude takes his helmet off and he's got dreads. And he's just like, you're like,
you can see
what?
his dreads coming out the back of his helmet. I was
dude,
like, that looks weird.
Yeah.
But like, it looks weird because you don't see it.
That 14 that he does where he goes truck driver, where he grabs both sides of his boards.
That every run.
Bro, that is such a sick trick.
And that's why I think when he lands, he's just so steez. He's just like, just whatever. And just lands like no issues.
100%. And like
his whole run was bolts.
Dude, 100%. And that's so that run that the last run that Scotty like crashed out on, I was like, man.
The last run he didn't crash. He just did a
He lost speed.
He just didn't air at the
Yeah.
end, like no grab, no nothing.
Well,
It
yeah,
was
it's
just
because he wiped out on the on the 12.
well, and that's why I just don't understand why. Like he knew he was the best he was going to finish was second.
Mm.
So if he had of maybe he had because
I think
he's
but the
never
thing-
done that before. So they say
Yeah.
with the he probably can do it.
I just don't think he dropped. I just don't think he froze it where the other kid froze it.
Well, that's what I mean. He should have thrown it at the top.
I don't think Scotty can.
Well, then she was going to throw it at the bottom like Val did.
Yeah, I think he was going to throw it at the bottom because I think that's sort of because that's where he threw the 14 to add up. So I think he could have added the extra there. I think that's where he could have added the extra 360, and he needed to carry speed the whole way through.
And I feel like he kind of lost it a bit early.
Mm.
Not on that last hit. I feel like wall by wall,
Mm.
you're going smaller. Like if there was like an average height from the start to the finish,
Yeah.
by the end you wouldn't have the same amount of height. Val did a 14 on his last hit,
Yeah,
and landed
maybe-
halfway down the downslope of the super pipe.
Maybe Scotty was probably trying to throw a 16 there or something to try and bump it up. But to be
don't
fair,
know,
I
man.
don't think whatever Scotty was going to throw was going to beat that kid.
I mean, I think if he had landed his same run with the 14 triple cork, he would have won because he was doing the switch 12.
Yeah, true. That is very true.
But I mean, he didn't. And is there any more events in the snowboarding for the year?
Yeah.
No, not at
Olympics.
the Olympics. The Northern Hemisphere's winter is pretty much coming to an end.
I feel like there's probably one more event still.
In March, the US Open's on.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely the US Open. One of
Yeah.
my favorite events, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why it is so good, but I really get around it.
Dude, you know what I actually watched highlights of the other day? And that natural selection?
Yeah,
Dude, such a sick
yeah,
event.
that's crazy. And they're not doing like 14s, but they're doing
well,
like
to be honest with you, Sage Consenberg that he won, he threw like 2 12s and a 9.
really.
Yeah.
That's what okay. What I was they do like a 540 off like a massive rock face into powder,
Dude.
which is like insane.
Dude, one of the guys, so the dude that Sage was versing, I don't know, he's like another American or something. Actually, no. Or maybe it was. Like his first trick off like this boulder was like a double fronty, a double wildcat. Just like, bro.
There's a dude that did a tame
But-
dog out of
Yeah.
the half pipe today. I was like, fuck, they're such sick tricks. Tame
Yeah.
dogs, they just look so good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Winter Olympics, I don't know. I think it's sort of losing its shine. I don't know if people like obviously these guys obviously still train for it and they love it, but like if you speak to like the core group of snowboarders, I don't think they really fucking care too much.
They don't,
Like you even look at all the names who didn't even make it into the slope style final. It's crazy to think that Marcus Cleveland didn't make it.
true.
Like,
Was he even there?
Huh?
Was he even there?
yeah, he's there. He just didn't make it. He just
Yeah.
didn't go through qualies.
Well, even the
There
half.
was so many good riders that didn't go through qualies, and it's just like I don't even know.
their
If
day. I guess that those other riders deserved it because they landed their tricks.
yeah.
Maybe that just goes to show that the quality of the snowboarders coming through is actually really, really high.
Mm.
I also think that you and I would much, much, much rather watch like a street edit over a slopestyle event.
Mm. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably fair to say.
You know, that's where I think snowboarding has the most interest from its audience, which is those street edits or like, you know, full movies or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where the snowboarding in these
But there are some snowboarders that I'll literally watch ride slopestyle. Like watching Rene ride he didn't make it to finals.
yeah.
He's like
I like watching Fridge ride, but I love watching Zeb ride street.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
each rider, and I
Yeah.
think Zeb's one of my favorite riders.
Mm.
You know, that video that I've got of him doing that nose grab flip to fake he did. That's the best fucking video on the internet. I cannot get over it.
Yeah, he's got some pretty wild hair too, eh?
Dude, what about that gap that he did through that fucking truss?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it
He's
was
a
like
madman,
I'll try and
dude.
explain it. He got towed in on like a bike or like a snowmobile or something.
Yeah.
Had a little snow jump built over this rail, gap probably like 3, 4, 5 meters, and then through this this V-shaped truss where he had to like turn his shoulders and like just fit through. Left slightly, like possibly dead. Right
Well-
slightly, possibly dead. He gapped it, got on the cover of Method magazine,
Yeah.
and it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like
He's-
that sort of shit. I don't know, man.
He's like
That gets me going more than a
he's-
slopestyle event.
Yeah, he's like a true inspiration to just snowboarding in general, and like obviously what he's doing for like the the American community, like what am I saying? the African American community is like huge. Like so I know like ASAP Ferg has been like getting really behind Zeb and stuff like that
Yep.
because like ASAP Ferg thinks that like snowboarding's dope and shit like that.
Yes.
And you know, I think he's trying to really create more opportunities for the less fortunate to sort of because like Zeb Power was like he was from like a foster home of like 12.
Actually adopted man.
Yeah, like 12
Yeah.
other 12 other people. I watched like a little mini doco on him.
On Red Bull TV. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. I've
Yeah,
actually just been looking that up.
highly recommend it.
Yeah, so good. Red Bull TV's got so much good shit on it.
Yeah, but he's got some wild hair, and I think there's someone else who's got some pretty wild hair going on at the moment.
Alright, so I went to the barber.
Hold on, why have I feel like I've heard this story before?
This is the same story Mitchell told on a previous podcast. Do not skip forward because my story is exactly the same, but I'm involved. I finished work a bit early one day this week. I was like, okay, I need a haircut. Kayla's been harassing me. Are you going to get a haircut?
Because
So-
you had some crazy colors going on for your hair.
Well, because I obviously had blonde hair.
Then you
and then
dyed
I
it brown.
Dyed it brown again. So like the blonde was kind of seeping through, but it was like just at the tips.
Mm.
I kind of liked it. But anyway, I was like, I need a haircut. And it was like not like super long, but it was like time for a haircut. So I went up to the local barbershop here at Oran Park.
Mm.
And I was like, hey man, any time for a haircut? He's like, yeah, put your name down on the list. And there was like people outside waiting. Yeah, okay, like
Cool.
must be all right. This place. There's
Yeah.
people out here waiting.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. Like barbers, they feel like the hackers of hairdressing.
I don't know, dude. It's so hard. Do you know what
I mean, okay.
Do you know what I've actually done since obviously my bad haircut is that I followed this dude, funnily enough, on TikTok who's like a barber in New York. He gives some fucking really good haircuts. So next time I'm going to go, I'm going to be like, hey man, here's this video. Do this. And if you can't do this, I'll go somewhere else.
Well, by the time these other 4 or 5 people went through and then I sat down, hey, mate, you want some water? I was like, oh, service is really good. Gave me a bottle of water. And he's like,
Oh. What is that?
I don't know, it's a baby animals card.
Oh,
It's got a
sick.
llama
Oh,
on the back of it.
dude. Limited edition.
Anyway, I sit down, have some water. He's like, what are we doing? And he's got my hair. I'll take my hat off.
Yeah.
He's like, playing with my hair. And he's like, okay, look, man, just give me like a 1 fade, back and sides. Okay, the top, just take off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like, doing this. And he's like, starts combing it like down, like sideways across my head, like all the way to the left and around. It's like my whole head was just covered with my hair combed down.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is no good. This is no good. Your hair's all different lengths. And I was like, oh, all right, man, cool. And he's like, I'll fix it for you. Okay, look, man, don't take off too much length. He goes, okay, what about like this much? And he shows me, like, yeah, that looks like a pretty short amount.
Yeah.
Anyway, combs it all down and then just goes snip, like across.
It
Pretty
does almost look like a bowl cut.
Pretty much gave me a fucking bowl cut.
Yeah.
And just snipped all the way around and then like combed it all down again. But snipped around, pulled it up, cut it, combed it back down, and then cut more off. I'm just sitting there going, man, like. Then he like went through and like thinned it out, so I lost more length off it. And I'm just sitting there with this shit fucking haircut, looking at like.
Do you like it?
Staring at
Yeah.
myself in the fucking mirror, just thinking,
How unattractive am I?
like, why the fuck do I was looking at myself in the eye. Like, I had this moment at
Do you
the
know the way-
barber.
yeah.
I'm like looking at myself in the eye and just thinking, you're a fucking loser. You got a haircut at a fucking barber shop by this fucking dude who just clearly just he's borrowing the fucking scissors from his fucking mate's table. I can't, man. I missed my hairdresser. She fucking moved to Corrimal, and look, I'm not going to Corrimal once a month for a fucking haircut. My apprentice gets the haircut once every 2 weeks or once a week. I'm like, bruh. The only other option I have, which I highly am considering doing, is just number 2 the whole way over and just saying fuck it and not having a haircut anymore.
Yeah, I would reject that decision just because while you can have hair, and while it grows still, maybe try to keep it because there's probably a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people listening. Actually, I know Perry's listening, so that's 1, and I think Ray should be listening, so that's 2.
Pez also tried to call earlier. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Look,
they're two homies that unfortunately can't grow hair, and you're like, oh, I've got a bad haircut. I'm gonna shave my head.
No.
They're probably like, fuck you, man.
What I'm thinking is just to maintain it, to make it easier for me.
I have
and
to.
not have to deal with myself. You literally said
I know, dude.
having a shaved head is great.
It's the best.
That's all I'm saying is that I just want something that's manageable where I don't have to get a haircut from fucking old mate who just feels like a hacker.
Yeah, I'm at the stage. I haven't had one since that last one, and then obviously did like the whole like lockdown, fucking all Sydney Sixers bubble, and like it went a bit crazy. But now I'm just like at that point where it's just like got some length on it, and I'll just let it go. Might
Do
go
not
get it
go to
thinned
the
out.
place at Oran Park.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back on my vibe of either showing a video or going to get my hair cut by a female.
I seen a video
And
of
I
Chris
don't mean that to be
Hemsworth
I don't mean that to be sexist by any means, like the last time I said it. But like, yeah, I've had better success with them because I have long hair. I don't have short hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thought if I either change my hairstyle, go
Mm.
short back and sides with the fucking Nicholas chop on top, then maybe I'll be alright.
Mm.
Or just buzz it. I don't know. I haven't had a shaved head ever.
Well, I have to admit I feel like you have in this thing that we do called life, you need to at least grow your hair out so you can tie it up, which you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Dye it a
Twice.
different color, which
Which I've
you've done.
done.
And you have to see what you look like with a shaved head.
Okay.
I feel like it's something you need to know because you need to know if you're that person who can pull off the shaved head.
I don't think I am. I think I have a fucking weird shaped head.
Well, see,
I feel like my head right here at the top comes to like a. I feel like I have like an egg head.
I thought I pulled off a shaved head.
Yeah.
I didn't think I didn't think like. Do you know how some people shave their head and they're like, oh fuck? I feel like I was okay.
I mean,
Like I had people tell me that so when I got my head shaved, I was like working at this new job where people didn't really know me with long hair because I already had it. I mean, sorry, I had like short hair at the time, and then when I shaved, they're like, "Oh no, we prefer it." And I was like, "All right, sweet."
I think that fucking people who go bald have the right head to be bald.
Yeah, that's
know what I
actually a
mean?
good point.
Like Perry's bald.
Mm.
I mean, he's kind of. He shaves most of it. I think he looks better
Yeah.
than trying to save what he's got. I used to work with this guy, and it was so thin on top, and he was like, "No, man, I'm saving it. I'm putting cream and shit on it. And go home and smoke 40 cones." And I just like, dude, just give up, shave it.
You know,
And but then like he still never did.
do you know
But
what's
even
so?
Ray's got like a good head
Yeah, he does.
for having no hair.
Yeah, he's got a good beard,
as well.
dude.
If you can have
Strong
no
beard.
hair but have a fucking beard,
Yeah,
dude, respect. It's
Yeah.
like,
I wish I could grow a beard.
oh fuck, if I could grow a beard, dude.
Me and
I
you are
would-
the same. We can grow solid stashes
Oh,
as you've got one
I've-
currently
I've-
growing on your
Well,
face
I
right
thought
now.
I'd bring it back.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to. I was kind of told to
by
by Kayla.
really
She was like, "Hey, I really like the mustache,"
right,
and I was like, "All right, well maybe I'll bring it back."
right. Okay.
And I'm probably gonna get rid of it soon
Well,
because
because I think now that with like the hairstyle, I feel like it's a bit more clean to just have a clean face.
I shaved after I got my hair cut, and I was
Mm.
like, "Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't do it. I think I look better without the mustache."
I agree. I feel like it's a phase.
I mean, it comes and it goes. Sometimes
Yeah.
I liked it. Sometimes I don't want to have
Like,
it
don't get me
anymore.
wrong, I'm always gonna bring it back for like November and stuff like that. But like, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like my seedy days, where I was like, real seedy, doing like real, where I was doing
My CD days where I was like, CD.
those mornings where it's 5 a.m. and the lights turn on inside of Candies. They're the mustache days. Yeah. Yeah. They were the Mo days. Now I'm past those days where like, I like to listen to audio books and that's all I do with my time.
Sit with my legs crossed.
Yes, exactly. Ponder.
I think
Look at the stock market and go, yes, I'm losing money.
I think maybe next time I shave, I'll grow a chopper mo.
Oof, that's a bad
But I
call.
know.
It's a bad call.
And then maybe everyone will hate it so much that they tell me never to grow it again, and then I'll be like, sweet. No more mows. Nah, look, I don't know, man. Mows are good.
Yeah.
They're good if you want to save us some sauce for later, or
Yeah.
tickle some body parts. But other than that,
Yeah.
they're pretty hairy.
Yeah.
People who don't know.
Yeah, but like I guess like going back to sort of obviously this podcast and the production that we're trying to, do. I don't know if we'll be here every week. I don't know.
We're gonna try to be. I
Yeah.
mean, we're definitely not gonna stop.
Mm.
Like it just and if
When I say not here every week, I mean like in this setting. I definitely want to be doing this every week.
well, we're definitely never gonna stop.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might be away, or it just may be not plausible to do it. We'll always try our very best.
Mm.
I mean, I don't mind this spot.
It's nice.
It is good. I
Yeah.
like it here.
Yeah.
It
It still doesn't give us that extra. I guess it does to have the person we interview potentially.
I
over
just
on
don't think that one camera ever is going to be enough for more than two people.
No, well, it's
We
not.
can actually, what we could do?
Mm.
We could always do it in the lounge room
Mm.
because there's that L-shaped chair there.
True,
And
but we'd have to have a guest, and we'd have to have someone. I don't know. I guess I am good mates with Nathan Lyon now.
Well, I was
so,
gonna say when's Gary coming on the show?
I don't know. He's about to go to Pakistan, so
All right, well let's maybe make this show called shout out Gaza, have fun in Pakistan.
let's I want to talk about that, for instance.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Um,
We've got heaps of time.
so yeah, we got all the time in the world. Well, until that battery dies. But so
It's
you're
like
right.
it's gonna die.
No, it's all good. Picture this. Obviously I've been in the bubble with the boys now for a while. And like I'm obviously a pretty big cricket fan. And so like meeting some of like the guys was like a pretty cool thing for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting to work with them and capture what they do, see their work ethic.
To their diets.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. I don't think they'd want that known by the public. But then obviously Gary was in the Ashes squad. And so obviously won when Australia won 4-0.
Part of that, yes.
Yeah, he was a part of that. 4.9 nil, I guess you could say, seeing as we only needed one wicket on that last day.
Look, it was fun.
Yeah, 5-0. Anyway, so he eventually came into the squad, and then we're going for like a team meeting up on this rooftop. We're in Brisbane, I think, yeah. And team meeting happens, and I'm sitting there with my media manager, and then Nathan Lyon walks up. Hey, Mitch, how you going, man? Really like all your work you've been doing. I'm really excited to like work with you.
Well, have you been introduced to him yet?
No.
He knew who you were.
Knew my name, complimented my work. Best day of my life. And I hope he doesn't watch this because I know I know he does follow. I know
that bit right.
I know he obviously he does. He even follows me on Instagram, and it's just like, and he honestly was like such a sick bloke, eh?
Nice.
So like like it made it very funny to be like, the massive meme like, oh, nice Gary, and like he actually is fucking. Like,
he's nice.
He's a top.
Well, they wouldn't make a meme called "Nice Gary" if he wasn't nice. Not
Well,
nice Gary doesn't run. No Gary, no. Remember that ad? No Gary, no. Was it the smoking ad?
Yeah,
it was a Nicorette.
Yeah, but it was that was probably one of the cooler experiences. And then obviously he was just such a legend. Even like I've got like a signed jersey by him and stuff like that. So
sick.
Yeah.
Did you ask him for it?
Nah, he just gave it to me.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. He was just he's honestly, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, all the guys were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like they were all fucking so nice.
For his profile.
Legends. And he's just such a good bloke. Even though like after the final, even though they'd lost. Like he spent so much time just like giving out autographs to like kids, gave away signed jersey, gave away gloves, just like gives away all this stuff. And all the boys did. That wasn't just him. But like, dude, this is actually sort of segued perfectly. And I didn't even think to talk about this, but I do want to talk about this. Is that like, one, kids at games are fucked. And two, why is it that when you go to a sporting event, there's always someone or some group that needs to do a Mexican wave?
You haven't been to a sporting event in a long time.
Dude.
How do you start that, man? Now, credit to the people who
I can tell you how they started because I've witnessed millions.
Well, credit to the people who start it and then fucking get the whole stadium to do it. Like,
all right, let's put a pencil in that because I want to talk about the kids for a start.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, did you go to sporting events as a kid?
Oh, I remember going to a sporting event once.
Yeah.
Parramatta played, lost, I think, and we were standing behind the goals, and they kicked a goal.
Yeah.
And all the kids were like wrestling for the ball. Like, looking back on it, could be very dangerous on the hill at Parramatta.
Yeah.
Trying to catch the fucking ball.
Well, so.
But yes, we were very intense.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing that like I obviously went to a few cricket games as a kid, and I don't know if it was just my upbringing or just me as a person, but like I was a pretty shy kid.
Right.
So like I was never one of those kids who would go hang off the boundary and like just scream at players.
Definitely not.
Never. Dude, and I don't know I don't know if like people, I think it comes down to the fact that people pay so they feel like they deserve something, like they pay for a ticket, so they deserve your attention.
Yeah. So
like obviously with my job, like especially on a game day, my job was to just go around, take photos of crowd, players on the boundary line, stuff like that. And like I mentioned on one of the other episodes, I got chirped, but like I got chirped so much more throughout the season. But like just the abuse the players cop, Like,
Yeah.
it's insane, dude.
What are they? What
And
are
like
they
these
hurling?
kids just give us your hat, give us your shirt, give us the thumbs up. And like, I kid you not, man, out of the 14 games that I attend, no, 16 games, 17 games, sorry, because they had 3 finals. I did never once hear a kid say please. Not once. Not fucking once, man.
Really?
Like, I just can't imagine being a parent, or even just about me being a kid, going up to someone that I idolize
and being a dick.
and being like, give me your hat. Like, what world do you think that happens to? And so, like, to go on with that, I ended up like sort of like talking to the boys about it. And so Josh Philippi was like, oh yeah. So like at the end of the game, like obviously we hang around, take photos and stuff. And he goes, like, if they don't say please, I just won't go to them. And like, so eventually, like, you know, they sort of started picking up, and like he would say it to him. Like he'd be like, they'd just be like, mate, if you use your manners, I'd take a photo with you happily. And they're like, oh, well, can you please? And like, all right, and then they do it. So, but what happened to me was, it was the final game, and this kid, he goes, "Oi, cameraman, give me your hat." I looked up at him, I took it off, and I was like, did your mother teach you manners?" He goes, "What?" He goes, I said, "Did your mother ever teach you manners?" He goes, "Oh. I'm like, if you said please to me, I would have given you my hat." He goes, "Oh, please, please, please." I'm like, nah, one shot, one opportunity, you lost it. And it got to the point where like I was just like, I just don't give a fuck anymore, man. Like, I'm not anyone who's known or anything, so I can say whatever the fuck I want to these kids.
Yeah.
And like, so I would start saying it. Like, I remember I had this one person ask for my shirt. I was like, what? And like, it was just fucking
Would you have signed your hat if you gave it to somebody?
no, not at all. I don't know why you'd want my hat. You can literally buy it. Oh, right. LB coming in hot saying Sri Lanka are playing Australia tonight, T20. Sri Lanka have moose on the front of their shirts. Huh. There you go.
Shout out to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, actually, we probably should have it turned on behind the TV. But anyway,
definitely good. There's Apple TV there.
I'll continue on to the second part, and that is people who start Mexican
How does
ways.
it start? Like, is there a dude? No, isn't it like a mascot out the front? Going,
No, dude. Then they're not technically started by anyone from like that works for like, you know, the club or the stadium. It's just random people. It'll just be like, you'll just be walking and there'll be some dude who stands up on his chair. Here we are. I go, I'm gonna do a Mexican wave. I'm gonna count down in 5, and then counts down. And if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, you'll try again.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, but like, it is just insane. It's just like what
the pleasure that some people get out of that.
It's like, but like, it's such a. I guess I've never started a Mexican wave, so I don't know the satisfaction.
I don't think you know someone who started a Mexican wave.
I don't, but like, so I don't have any experience, but I'm like, I guess it would be pretty cool to be like, I started a wave that went through the whole stadium. Mind you, most games there wasn't many people because of like restrictions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wave.
But like, yeah, dude, just yeah, insane. Just weird things that I noticed at like obviously all these grounds, and like experiencing like just crowds, and it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mexican waves,
I've
man.
never experienced anything like that before.
Mm.
Never started a Mexican wave. Been a part of.
Oh, dude, I've been a part of plenty of Mexican waves.
Yeah, I think if you're one of those people who stop a Mexican wave,
what are you doing?
go fuck yourself. Like,
Just
how hard
stand
is
up,
it to
eh?
just like
Stand up, throw your arms in the air, yeah, chahoo, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Chahoo!
yeah, legit. Someone's
there
gone
you
to
go.
all the effort to like round up the troops inside a section, which would be a hard thing to do.
I mean,
It'd be a hard bargain to push.
at a test match. I don't know if they get any attention at a test match.
No, definitely, yeah,
Yeah?
man. Probably.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. I can't operate. I've been to a test match and I've done a Mexican
Well, I
wave.
feel like the Sri Lankans tonight will be starting Mexican waves for the Moose. Obviously,
On their shirt. What
clearly
is it?
of a
Yeah.
secret sponsor of the Sri Lankan cricket team.
Yeah.
How
How much you pay for that?
Nah, it was free.
Oh yeah, I built a.
Well, they were desperate for sponsors, seeing as this is the first test match they've had in Sri Lanka in over 20 years. So
That's a T20, and
it's the first time they've been in Sri Lanka
and it's in
playing cricket.
Australia.
Well, I'm talking about when they go back to Sri Lanka.
You've got no idea.
Oh no, I did not know. I didn't even know Sri Lanka was here.
Yeah, no.
Welcome to Australia, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe 3 T20s and maybe like 2 ODIs.
Yep. We'll go Australia.
Yeah.
Go hard, Australia. Remember the fucking the Olympics ads that were on television in 2000 for the Olympics?
Nah, dude, I
Remember
can't
did?
say I do.
I remember there used to be this ad for McDonald's, and like I feel like at the time there was like a promotion where
Yeah.
you was like you'd get your meal, then there'd be like some kind of like prize, or like you'd win like a Olympics glass or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why. I
Dude,
just thought about
tell me
them.
you still have the Olympic Coke glasses.
That's what I mean. I think that's
Yeah.
where you're getting them from Macca's. I don't know if I've got them.
Yeah.
There could be some at my dad's house.
Yeah. I've
It's
definitely
highly possible. Is the cricket on now?
I'm checking. Oh, dude, it does say Moose.
Does it actually?
Look, dude.
Give me a look at that.
No way.
Oh,
dude.
that is so good.
Dude, you put
Moose
that up on the-
Clothing Company. Oh, that is
Dude,
hectic.
you need to put that up on the busy page.
Fucking oath. That is
Maybe that's why people are
legit.
calling you, bro.
Honestly, I get phone calls from Sri Lanka all the time. Seriously. I get, you get those random calls. Next time a Sri Lankan one calls me, I'm going to answer.
You're like, yep, this is Moose Clothing here. Yeah, but anyway, we do. I think next week we'll obviously bring back the Great Australian Bick Off. We'll
yes.
also do the whole beer thing. We just sort of wanted to get back, sort of just get one under our belt again, back out, and
we'll be open to having guests on. Obviously, Gary Lyon will be on in the coming weeks, and then after that, we might look to getting someone else on that a little
probably
bit
not of the same
less
caliber.
well known.
Yeah, he's yeah. Imagine.
Yeah.
Do you know what the funniest part is? I honestly reckon that if he is back in Australia, and we went to him, I reckon he'd do it.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Should we chuck our hat in the ring?
I will once. I won't do it right now because he's obviously prepping for like Pakistan, and it's like a big thing going to Pakistan because it's pretty red hot.
Well,
I was trying to throw my hat in to go on tour as the videographer. I was like, "Come on, guys, get me on." And he's like, "I'm trying," but yeah, because like it's the first time Australia is going there in 24 years. Pakistan last year had 300 terrorist attacks. Actually, this is another little quick segue. But so one of the boys came. He was from Pakistan, Shadab, and he was he's like captained like Pakistan and stuff like that. And so while we were traveling, like we had like a bunch of hire cars and shit like that. And I asked him, I'm like, oh, you're going to drive around or do anything like that? And he said, he goes, oh, no. And I was like, oh, do you not have a license? He goes, no, I have a license, but he goes, I can't drive here. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? He goes, well, because here you have speed limits. I was like, what do you mean you don't have speed limits in Pakistan? He goes, I speed, do whatever limit I want on the roads over there. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, if I get pulled over, the police officer will ask for a photo and let me go, no matter how fast I'm going.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
What does he do with the photo?
The police officer, it's like a selfie.
Oh, because he's a cricket player.
Yeah.
Photo and let me go.
Yeah. Like, because
wow.
that's just how like they sort of live over there. Because like
the profile of them
is just insane.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
Yeah, but to be fair, like Shadab was like such a nice guy. Like,
shout out to Shadab,
dude, legit. So like, I filmed a video of him that I needed to have for the end of the season that I'd lost, and I was like, fuck, man, I can't believe I've lost this video. And then like I sent him a WhatsApp message, and I was like, bro, like. I've lost this video. Is there any chance that you can just film one on your phone and send it to me? Legit, the next day, send it to me. Like, bro, he has no reason to do that. Like, he's back in Pakistan doing whatever the fuck he wants, and he's like
doing the fucking doing the speed limit. That's
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. The fact that he actually did that for me, I was like, man.
What was the video of?
It was for like this multicultural round or something like that they wanted him to like be a part of and speak about. So.
You had one fucking job, Mitchell.
Yeah, I know. That was the one fuck up I had all season, so I'm happy with that.
Didn't you delete like a whole bunch of shit? Or is that the same fuck up?
It's the same fuck up, yeah.
Nice. Fuck. Well, on that note,
yeah,
I don't know if I've got anything else to talk to you about on this podcast.
Neither. I think that's pretty good. I think this is a pretty good pod for two people that literally had no show notes and we just hit record and we're like, let's just see where it goes.
I feel like it was definitely adrenaline ran.
Yeah.
feel like once we turn all this gear, I'm gonna go back to the golf game that I was playing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, dude, did you see that?
I was 9 under through 11.
Dude, did you see that they're bringing out a new Wii Sports on the Nintendo Switch and there's
No.
going to be golf?
Fucking way.
Yes, dude.
Well, I have a Switch. You have a Switch.
I do. I just wanted to do something before we obviously, because oh well.
Oh, at the beginning of this podcast, you would have heard the new intro.
Yeah. Shout out Johnny K. I can't believe we've gone this far into it and forgot.
I did have high hopes of playing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should play that one now.
Well,
The outro.
Yeah,
Just fucking play it.
but I want it to be playing while we're like still on the screen.
I mean, you could just start pressing it now.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna so I can and we can just. Oh, my phone's on silent.
Yeah, dickhead. Thank you for tuning in. Speak to you next week.
Well, no, dude, you idiot.
What?
Like, we have to say that first.
Well, why didn't you fucking say it? You started playing the fucking music.
So it's a good track, bro. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm sorry.